can help with weight loss, and it raises testosterone.
Hi, I'm Lee Labrada, founder of Labrada Nutrition, and I'm with my friend and colleague, Dr. Dan Gartney. Welcome, Dan.
Thanks, Lee.
And we're here today to talk about a very interesting topic that has been in the news lately, and that is the role of probiotics in lean people and obese people. Dan, what can you tell us about probiotics? Because when I think of probiotics, I think of yogurt and things like that, but I don't think about getting lean.
Well, don't think about probiotics as yogurt. Think about probiotics as bacteria.
Okay.
Now, how crazy is that to think about wanting to get bacteria? Usually we're washing it off,
Right,
we're taking antibiotics
right.
to get rid of it. What has happened just in the last 15 years, and that's just yesterday in terms of science, they found out that the bacteria that we have on our body, but in this case specifically in our gut, is beneficial to us and helps us when it's a healthy type of bacteria.
Now, Dan, I got to stop you right there for 1 second. Hold that thought. But I have heard it said that we have more of these bacteria cells or animal cells than we have human cells in our body. Is that true?
The numbers that they put out are astoundingly true. They claim there's up to 100 trillion bacteria that grow in our gut.
Amazing.
That number is astounding. Of course, thank God they're small, little, microscopic.
Right.
We were renting a lot of real estate down there. But again, too, to get back to the subject, what we have found out is that the bacteria that we have that normally we thought were just growing on us were just kind of opportunistic things that found a place that was warm and wet and dark to grow. We have adapted and we have evolved in communion with these organisms. And when we eat and live healthy, the bacteria that grow in us are healthy and promote our health.
So it's symbiotic.
It is a type of symbiosis in a way, yes. Conversely, though, if we eat and live poorly, the bacteria are affected, and they produce signals that promote poor health, promote some of the results of a poor lifestyle.
And so we've been hearing in the media that, the gut flora, the gut bacteria of lean people is different than the gut bacteria of obese people?
They have found that, and unfortunately what they have not found is what is the specific bacteria profile that we want to be lean.
Okay.
What they have found are trends. And what we try to do is follow the trends and see if we can make use of them. The trend that let's look real quickly at what the bacteria do for us.
Okay.
Number one, the bacteria are there and they prevent other bacteria coming in that are pathogenic or disease causing from establishing a foothold.
Okay, so like food poisoning or something
Or
like that.
Perhaps what would be most relevant to a lot of people is if you've ever had an antibiotic course or a relative has gotten an antibiotic course in the hospital and suffered severe diarrhea.
Okay.
Sometimes women will take an antibiotic and they'll get a urinary tract infection that follows that. Or an antibiotic for a urinary tract infection, they'll get changes in their vaginal flora, the bacteria in their vagina and the fungi. But what happens is when you get rid of the protective good bacteria, bad bacteria set in. It'd be like if a housing section, everybody sold their house, nobody bought them, and squatters moved in.
Okay.
So that's one thing that good bacteria do is they protect us by being
keeps
beneficial.
the bad bacteria out. Okay.
Yes. Another thing that's very important that they do is that they help with digestive efficiency. Now remember, just in the last 100 years really has food excess been a problem.
Right.
Typically what people had an issue with in previous generations and even going well back into the past of humankind was getting enough nutrition. And what the bacteria do is they kind of finish digesting the things that our own enzymes and acids can't digest. And they would produce things like short-chain fatty acids.
Which I've heard are good for the intestine.
They've been shown to be beneficial for the intestine and for other functions. And and they also help with metabolizing bile salts and some other things. So in the absence of these good bacteria, we become less efficient, but you also get a collection of undigested material that can be acted on by bad bacteria. It's potentially that it could be leading to a buildup of carcinogenic metabolites. Okay. Now the most exciting thing is that the good bacteria can actually produce signals that go to the body, and conversely, the bad bacteria produce signals that increase inflammation in the body. And you're aware that we get inflammation. Sometimes you need inflammation, but systemic long-term inflammation is bad. obesity creates systemic inflammation, and there's a connection between the lipopolysaccharides that are produced by, it's a chemical produced by these bad bacteria, increase the systemic inflammation.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I guess probably by association, the good bacteria produce good messengers.
The good bacteria probably do produce good messengers. That has not been as well studied. It's easier to find out when something's going wrong and assign fault to that. So that's logical. I can't state to that necessarily.
Now, are there specific types of probiotics that we should look for in either a yogurt or a probiotic supplement that the studies are showing that are beneficial for staying leaner, for instance?
Certainly, and of course, we all know the old adage of eating yogurt to replenish the bacteria in your bowels, the good bacteria. Fermenting lactobacilli are a good bacteria typically. And some yogurts have even patented the types of bacteria they have in there for digestive help or gut aids. Now, what's really interesting is there's one specific one, Lactobacilli reuteri.
Lactobacilli reuteri.
Yes.
Okay.
Scientists get excited when they can identify a new bacteria.
I get excited when I can pronounce that stuff.
And they've actually looked at, in mouse studies, when you provide that, what are some of the changes? And by giving this specific one, not only does it help with glucose tolerance or insulin, it decreases insulin resistance. When you're insulin resistant,
so it'd be good for diabetics.
It'd be good for people pre-diabetics.
Pre-diabetics.
Okay, it can help with weight loss, and it can help with the inflammation. Interestingly, there was even a study that showed that it raises testosterone. So this is very, very complex, this communication between our bacteria and ourselves.
Wow. Yeah, it's just amazes me the things that we learn all the time, about these correlations. And so here we are with these trillions of cells inside of us, and they're all doing different things, and somehow we all manage to get along, and they actually help our health.
Right.
So some takeaways then is that for our viewers is that they should supplement either by eating yogurt or by taking a good probiotic.
It's something that everyone can benefit from supplementing, to take as, whether it's dietarily supplementing it or as a tablet or a capsule. What it is going to help best is people that already have poor eating habits and poor lifestyles and obesity or obesity related complications, because they have that bad bacteria population. We really want to change the balance there. If you're a lean, healthy person eating an unprocessed diet, you probably have a good bacteria colony, and what you are doing is either fortifying the colony, or you may be just fine without supplementing. The person who really is going to benefit from it is the person who's struggling with weight loss and also struggling with the control necessary to make those changes in their personal life.
So if you're struggling with weight loss, make sure that you're eating some yogurt or getting a good probiotic supplement, and stay tuned in the media for the more news on the skinny bugs. I'm Lee Labrada, and I'm with Dr. Dan Gartney, and I would like to invite you guys to come out and visit our website, labrada.com, and when you're there, be sure to sign up for our free weekly e-newsletter. Over 100,000 fitness enthusiasts and bodybuilders are using it every week to learn about everything from training and motivation to nutrition, and you'll find lots more tips there. And I hope you'll join us for our next tip with Dr. Dan Gartney. I'm Lee Labrada.